Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and every week we want to bring you information that can really help you when you're making those decisions about housing, because that's what we focus on here at Houston Real Estate Radio, and we try to tie everything into housing because we just feel like it really revolves around our lives, everything to do with real estate. And this week, I've got a special guest on for you. We're talking about the Dave Ramsey program. I know you've heard of Dave Ramsey. He has the Financial Peace program. Your church may offer the classes, and you may be familiar with him because you've heard him on the radio on his show, the Dave Ramsey Show. And, he really talks about families getting their finances in order and being able to afford the home that they're living in. And so we're going to talk with Chris Hogan today. He is from the Dave Ramsey program. He's calling in from Tennessee, so we're excited to have him on the show. And we're also going to be talking with one of our agents over at Register Real Estate Advisors, Keith Hebert. He spearheads our ELP program for Register Real Estate Advisors. He has a team of agents that participate in Dave Ramsey's Endorsed Local Providers program, where here at the brokerage, we're able to help Dave Ramsey's clients that are in the Houston market purchase and sell real estate. So we're excited to be talking about the program. Thanks for calling in, Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So, Chris, you were an All-American college football player and probably didn't have any big dreams of being helping people with their financial goals. And you've done quite a turnaround, huh?
I really have. It's been amazing. From going to playing sports and then moving into the business world and really applying those same lessons you learn in sports about teamwork and focus and goal setting. And so it's been really a more natural turn and connection than you would think.
So you met Dave Ramsey and started spreading the word about financial hope to audiences all over the place. I know you're going to be speaking soon at the Dave Ramsey conference that's coming up. And you work with a lot of high-profile clients, athletes, entertainers, business people, to help them protect and secure their financial future. And I know that that's very important. When you hear the news and see what's going on, you really see a lot of people in financial trouble.
You really do. And it really doesn't, matter how much you're making. It's more of a matter of having a plan. Yeah. Because I see people that make a lot of money that don't have anything to show for it. And so I want people to kind of understand that having a plan is essential to making progress. So we have to have this level of awareness. We need to set up a plan, and we need to walk through a process systematically so we can make sure that we have better for ourselves as well as our families.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that it's a good message that Dave Ramsey's been very effective in putting out across the United States. And I think that it's about what you spend. It's not about what you make. It's about what you spend.
It really is. And the more that you make it about what you spend instead of what it is you make, the more control you have over your entire financial process. And I'm not saying making more money won't help, because it can. It can help us attack debt and help us do some things.
Sure.
But overall, we've got to make sure we're being very intentional. Yeah. We need to tell money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
That's a good point. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like that. All right. I know that that Keith has had the opportunity to work with a lot of your clients here in the Houston market, him and his team. And I want to talk about the training that you guys provide for realtors in all the local markets across the country where you have these ELP, these local provider realtors working with your program. Because I know for Keith and his team, this has been a huge training process. And now, they've been closing deals with clients, and it's been an exciting process, but it's very in-depth. And so I think consumers need to know that when they're working with an agent that is an endorsed local provider through Dave Ramsey, they're getting a realtor that really knows about the program that Dave Ramsey promotes, but also has very in-depth real estate training.
It really does. One of the things that we realize is being here in Tennessee and, obviously Dave broadcasting to millions and millions of people out there, is that we need people that can serve people well.
Yes.
We need people out there that can serve people with the kind of heart and attitude and focus that we have here at our office. Mm-hmm. And so the Endorsed Local Provider Program, they are those people. They're people that Dave trusts, that I trust, that they're really going to serve the client well and put the needs of the client really as primary.
Yes, absolutely. So the program is how many weeks long? I know it's a very in-depth training.
Well, the training, it is a long process to become an endorsed local provider. They're vetted on the front end, and it is a process that they have to work through to become eligible. But once they make it into the program, we do various trainings throughout the year where we bring people together and we're talking and training and pouring into them the information that we share here, whether it's through leadership or the financial side of things, because our ELPs are truly a part of our family.
Yeah, I found that to be very true, and the team really appreciated the level of training we're receiving, even although most of us all have 10-plus years that are in the program. We're like, wow, we learned a lot.
Yeah, they really do, and every one of our endorsed local providers are high-level professionals. They are in the top 5% of people that do what they do, and so we're proud to have them affiliated with us and connected with us because we know their focus is on serving clients with the best of their ability.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about what you guys recommend for people buying and selling homes. I know that you want them to buy homes that they can certainly afford, but you also want them to put a significant amount of money down and go for 15 years versus 30 years. Let's talk about that a little bit. What is the goal of all of that?
Well, the most important thing is that we want people to go into it with their eyes wide open. Mm-hmm. I understand and I know that buying a home is the American dream. Mm-hmm. It's everyone's goals, but there's a best time and there's a better time to do it. And what I want people to understand is the process. Be prepared for it. I want them to reach out and grab and achieve their dreams, but we need to make sure that buying a home at the right time, it's a blessing and not a curse. Mm-hmm. And so we need to be prepared. And so, yes, we do advise. Only take out a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage. We don't do any of those other little creative products out there. And when you look at it and you run the numbers of a 15-year versus a 30-year, mm-hmm. you realize you can save almost 15 years of interest payments, but it's quite a bit of money overall. And so I just love for people to sit down with our ELPs like Keith and really talk through the process, go into it with our eyes wide open so they can know what they're getting into.
Be financially responsible families.
Yeah, those 30-year mortgages are really front-end loaded with interest.
Do you also recommend lenders, specific lenders that they use, or do you rely on your ELPs to choose the lender for them?
Well, I mean, we're going to rely on our ELPs. They know the people in the area that can best serve people. Mm-hmm. We've used Churchill Mortgage. Dave grew up with Mike Hardwick and has known him for many, many years. And that is the only mortgage company that Dave refers. Mm-hmm. But we're going to trust our ELPs to do what's in the best interest of the client. And, having options is a good thing. But more importantly, having that professional beside you to guide you along the way is the most important thing overall.
And people can go into their local churches, right, and find ELPs?
A lot of times, our endorsed local providers are all over the country. As we talk about those, and if someone's looking or interested in buying a home, obviously they can go to our website, DaveRamsey.com, plug in their zip code, and they can find out information about who's in their area to be able to serve them. At the church, typically you'll find the Financial Peace University course. That's a 9-week course that people can go through to really, truly understand how do you learn how to manage money effectively? What are some things you need to look out for, and what are some things you absolutely need to avoid?
All right. Let's talk a little bit about financial planning for the future. I know here on the show we talk a lot about housing, about buying and selling homes, but let's talk about the overall financial picture. You're working with a lot of clients who have a lot of money to manage. What do you recommend as some of the financial, some of the ways to invest their money to make sure it's financially sound?
Well, I think the first thing is when people are looking to invest their money, I think it's important to understand a few things. Number one is the goal. What is the purpose of the money? Are you saving up toward the purchase of a home, or are you saving for retirement, which can be something multiple years down the road?
Right.
Having that time frame in mind will truly allow people to begin to walk through a process of understanding their risk tolerance, the expected returns on the money. And so it's really a long, thought-out process where you want to sit down, and it's not like just driving up to a movie, and you walk in, you see a movie and leave. This is something that's going to impact your your life for years to come. And so along with investing, we have investment ELPs also out there that are people that are going to help people invest the way that Dave teaches.
All right, very good. We are going to have to get to a break here in just a minute. Real quickly, I want to let you know that Keith is going to be coming to your Accelerate conference. So we're excited about the Dave Ramsey conference, and I know that a lot of your ELPs from across the country are going to be going to that. I think that you guys offer a great program through Dave Ramsey, and we're excited to be a part of it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, fantastic. I look forward to seeing you there.
Yep, I look forward to seeing you too, and I want to make sure I'm in that disc class. I'll be up in the front row.
Well, that's the personality test, and giving people insight into how people are wired and how they communicate. So it's definitely something that's helpful to all those professionals out there.
All right, Chris Hogan, we appreciate you calling into the show today. He is with the Dave Ramsey ELP program, the endorsed local providers that can help you find a realtor in your area, whatever market you're in. And thanks, Keith Hebert from Registered Real Estate Advisors, who is a local Houston endorsed local provider. We appreciate you coming in as well.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Hey.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
People often find themselves in need of storage and moving, but don't want the hassle and stress. Sound familiar? Well, at Zippy Shell, we make storage and moving easy. Zippy Shell will deliver a storage container to your home or business. You load it at your leisure, and we'll take it to one of our safe, convenient storage facilities, or ship it to your final destination. We treat your stuff like it's our stuff, because we understand you're not just giving us your belongings, you're giving us your trust. Zippy Shell. Storage and moving that makes life simple.